Welcome back everyone, thanks for joining me. So today I'd like to talk about a fragrance which really changed the topography of perfumery forever. It was Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. Opium was launched in 1977 and it was created by three perfumers, Jean Amick, Jean-Louis Suzac and Raymond Chelon. And they formulated a fragrance which would be instantly recognizable the world over, even now some 50 years later. Opium was an incredible commercial success. However, it was loved as much as it was despised, and I'll get into that very shortly. It's important we kind of have a look at where we were at in the 1970s when this was created. We were really sort of entering a period of Orientalism, perhaps for the first time since the Art Deco era. And if you're not really familiar with what Orientalism is, it's the West's long-standing tradition of looking upon Middle Eastern culture or Far Eastern culture, often with a supremacist lilt, unfortunately, and borrowing elements of its art and design and culture and taking them as our own just so we can elevate our own arts, design and culture. And often it was done without any sensitivity being given to those original cultures. Opium is a fantastic example of 70s Orientalism. It's when Yves Saint Laurent force-fitted two Asian cultures without really giving much thought as to how it may play out. We're looking at a fragrance packaged in a bottle which is, evoked a Japanese inro bottle, and the inro are those that the samurai were used to wear on their belt. It's very Japanese in style. However, the name opium that Yves Saint Laurent chose directly references Chinese opium wars. And, opium was a huge killer of people in China. Millions succumbed to this drug. So he was really force-fitting Chinese and Japanese culture together where it really didn't belong, and it was purely for commercial gain. It was despised. Chinese American cultures thought it was incredibly insensitive that he'd chosen the name opium, and in fact, they would rally and protest. Bottles were torn out of stores, they were burnt in the streets, posters were ripped down. Opium was banned in many countries, including Australia, the Middle East, and China. Even to this day, you can't find opium in China. Yeah, it really had a big ripple effect, the launch of this perfume. And in fact, part of its success, we could say, might have been attributed to the controversy that it created. A lot of people heard about the problems. They wanted to put their nose on this fragrance. As a result, it became an instant bestseller. The scent itself is very profoundly rich and complex. Wonderful notes with clove, jasmine, mandarin, cinnamon, sandalwood, patchouli. There's peach, incense, benzoin, labdanum, Opoponax. There's musk, you name it, it's all in here. A wonderful, rich, ambery, spiced fragrance. And one that, even now, if somebody enters the room wearing it, you know it's what they're wearing. I love this fragrance. I don't love the controversy that it created. We can look upon it now with a renewed sense of cognizance of where we've been and the way things were done back in the day, and hopefully we don't make these kind of mistakes again. Opium is wonderful, and you can still find the vintage version quite readily on eBay and various resellers online. The new fragrance, however, it's nothing like its predecessor. When Yves Saint Laurent passed away in the early 2000s, the company was sold to L'Oreal, and that's when opium died as well, in my opinion. No, just no. Those who know, know. If you want a little slice of that wonderful hedonistic 70s, find yourself a miniature or a bottle or a sample of opium. It really is something that every perfumisto should have in their wardrobe. And now, as we're sort of, retreating from the 70s at a rapid rate, it is more a masculine and feminine. I think it can be easily worn and enjoyed by both. I'd love to hear your comments. Have you heard of the controversies around opium? Have you any opinion on it? Do you love the new version of opium? Let me know in the comments below, and please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. I love to update you on when I'm releasing new material. Let me know what you think, and thank you for dropping by. We'll talk very soon.